How good was George Best? Maradona good? Pele better? George Best. Or so the saying goes. Without a doubt, George Best is one of the greatest footballers to ever play the beautiful game, and he'd have been held in higher regard if his off-the-field lifestyle of drinking and womanizing didn't ruin his career. Today, we're going to be looking into the life and career of the Man United and Northern Ireland great, George Best, to see if he really was as good as we've been made to believe. Every man desired to be him, and every woman longed to have him. Few athletes can live their lives on the brink of being world-class athletes off the field, while still managing to survive and thrive. At the age of 15, Manchester United scout Bob Bishop allegedly sent a telegraph to Matt Busby, the manager of the Red Devils, saying, "I think you've got a genius," in reference to a shy, small-framed George Best from Cregagh in the east of Belfast. George Best had the ability to glide through defences, while also possessing killer finishing accuracy, elegant balance, strength on the ball, and inhuman speed. Rarely does the football world witness the epitome of skill and tenacity, but in Best, the world witnessed Achilles, the Greek demigod of football. As he rode the onslaught of challenges aiming at his kneecaps, he challenged the game's butchers, savagely leaving them in his path repeatedly. Best had a dark side though, and it appeared that for every bit of brilliance he displayed on the field, he consumed the same amount in an alcohol-fueled lifestyle. The only opponents he was unable to overcome were his own demons. Best was nurtured under Matt Busby's supervision and the guidance of Dennis Law and Bobby Charlton. By the time he was 17 years old, in the 1963-1964 season, the Northern Irishman for Manchester United had begun to make a case to get a starting spot, scoring 6 goals in 26 appearances. The following year, Best began to shine in an extended campaign, providing 14 goals in 59 appearances, solidifying his place on the team sheet and giving rival defenders nightmares. He continued to score and set up goals for the Red Devils during his most productive period of play, which lasted from 1965 to 1972. While George Best's goals are famous for their elegance and the boldness with which he had to beat an opponent or 9 in some cases in order to score, it was his dribbling that truly mesmerized the world. Although his best years and the most notable performances were with Manchester United, Best had a nomadic career, playing for teams like Stockport County, Cork Celtic, Los Angeles Aztecs twice, Fulham, the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, Hibernian, San Jose Earthquakes, Bournemouth, Brisbane Lions, and Northern Irish outfit Tobermoor United. Best was a well-known figure around the globe before he reached 20. At this time, he had already played 128 games for United, scoring 37 goals. He also won his first league title and earned the nickname O Quinto Beetle from the Portuguese media following a masterful display in the European Cup quarter-final. By the time Best returned from Lisbon, he had been nicknamed El Beetle by the adoring English media and was seen wearing a sombrero. In a particular match, a fan ran onto the Estadio de Luz field brandishing a knife in an attempt to cut off a lock of Best's hair. Best was the Michael Jackson of football. 2 years later, Best had his annus mirabilis, scoring 28 goals in a season in which United finished second to rivals Manchester City, but 3 weeks later took home the European Cup as sweet recompense. The Man United number 7 would go on to be awarded the top scorer in the First Division and PWA Player of the Year, and 6 months later, the best player in Europe. Best was thirsty for greater success, but sadly, his life had reached its peak. If Best's look and manner greased his fame, his ability definitely solidified it. There was no need for authors or pundits to explain how brilliant his style of football was. It was pure art. You simply had to watch in order to understand. Best was a master dribbler, and the more the opposition closed in around him, the better his close control actually got. He was also able to use both feet seamlessly. He didn't have a weak foot. Most players lose balance at fast speeds, but Best's body appeared to be built for cruising. Best also reportedly had feet as sharp as a pickpocket's hands, according to Hugh McIlvanney. Energy and finesse came together in an intoxicating harmony in him. This wasn't just a sight into the future, it was something ethereal on the murky, heavy pitches of English football in the 1960s. When Best was in town, attendance would soar. giving fans a 90-minute break from the work week and the average football player on display. Despite having an excellent club career, Best only received 37 caps for Northern Ireland and managed just 9 goals in that time. His regular habit of drinking, late-night partying, off-the-field events and training sessions affected his football performance, and because of this, the international team didn't give him as many call-ups as he should have gotten. It's unsettling to consider that, by 1976, the Northern Irishman's prime had long since passed. Despite the fact that Best never competed on the biggest international stage, the world knew him as one of the game's finest talents. In his own words, Diego Maradona said, "George inspired me when I was young. He was flamboyant and exciting. I think we were very similar players, dribblers who create moments of magic." He was also described as uncoachable by Johan Cruyff, who meant it as a compliment. Even Prime Minister Harold Wilson requested to speak with Best after he scored 6 goals in the FA Cup matchup versus Northampton. Best was a part of the Manchester United team that included Bobby Charlton and Dennis Law. These three formed a group known as the Holy Trinity on the pitch, and they helped take the team to its first European Cup victory. He was chosen as the 1968 European Footballer of the Year and the 16th greatest player of the 20th century by the IFFHS in 1999. Pele was once cited as saying that Best was the best footballer in the entire world, demonstrating how highly revered he was among his contemporaries. Best may have been a fantastic player, but he wasn't a fantastic person. He had a problem with addiction, which caused him to commit awful crimes. He repeatedly physically mistreated his first wife Angie, was found guilty of drunk driving twice, and also committed robberies. Your interpretation of his story will depend on whether you can distinguish between George Best the footballer and George Best the addict, but everyone must unite to honour one of the best players Britain has ever produced, and to grieve one of the sport's most heartbreaking stories. So what do you think about George Best? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications for more Manchester United videos. On the screen now should be another good video worth watching, so click on that video and we will see you in the next one.